was deployed overseas somewhere between 1.5 years to 2 years, and I was deployed for 7 months to Iraq.
We've been married for 23 years at that time, and he's always been easygoing, and he just wasn't the same guy.
When he first came back, I tried to, well, I'm his son, I tried to be just like him, and I wanted to be him when I grew up, but then I started noticing that whenever I wanted to do something, he would always just want to be by himself.
When I started working with Andy, we did do some preliminary tests, and Andy was pretty much on the extreme end of PTSD.
It was like being ready for battle. It was like being ready for battle constantly. It was hard to be alive.
The gap that BrainPaint filled for our veterans and the work that we're doing at Scott and White Military Homefront Services primarily was the utilization of the Alpha Theta protocol. Often what we found with the state of overarousal and hypervigilance that our troops are suffering, sort of being stuck in the battle brain state.
It would be a morning ritual. How'd you sleep? And you know, I knew he'd be up and get up, but that first night he slept.
Prior to that, it had been about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours of broken sleep. But that night, I slept for 6 hours.
Neurofeedback is so important for veterans in particular because they are not ready to talk, they're not ready to speak, and some of them can't even access the memories. They have disassociated or they've blocked them just to keep themselves safe.
Prior to BrainPaint, he was constantly on edge. You know, the tension in his face, I could read it in his face. And after those first few sessions, his face started to relax. So I knew that inside he was starting to relax a little bit as well.
That's when I thought, okay, there's something to this. I'll try to pursue this a little bit more. It's more than just a favor to Joan. After those sessions, that's when I started noticing the migraine headaches would go away, the nightmares lessened. The agitation, the hypervigilance would start to lessen as well, and my whole demeanor was changing.
It was probably about halfway through his BrainPaint sessions. We were sitting there in the living room, and I said something. You know, we always are joking around and stuff. I said something, and he laughed. I don't think I'd heard him laugh in probably 2 years.
I felt like he was listening a lot better instead of me feeling like he just wasn't caring or like not paying attention.
I'm a lot closer to him than I was when he first came back, and I like spending time with him, and he's the dad I missed.
It's just so nice to have the guy that I love back.
If BrainPaint is available, people will not commit suicide at the rate they are now. That's my firm belief.
Andy does not meet the criteria for PTSD diagnostics anymore. He is happy, healthy. In fact, he's looking at working to and wants to help other veterans to have the opportunity to become happy and productive and integrate back into the family and the community just as he's been able to do.
I would recommend BrainPaint for this reason. See these people right here? That's why. If for no other reason, do it for your family.